At 120 meters, the Teufelsberg is Berlin's highest peak. It was from here that US and British agents spied on the enemy during the Cold War. From East Berlin to the former Soviet Union. Today, 25 years after the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Teufelsberg lies in ruins. The abandoned grounds of the former listening station have been discovered by artists as well as tourists. Each week, Martin Schaffert guides hundreds of people around the grounds.
The spot we're walking on now used to be a military zone, all top secret. Now we can walk through it and take a look. It's fascinating.
The site draws visitors from around the world, as well as many Germans. They often encounter urban artists at work.
It's fantastic that this is now a space for art, especially considering what went on here during the Cold War.
Typical Berlin, that's what's so charming about it, that they don't make thousands of rules, but leave people be.
Exciting. It's beautiful and impressive with graffiti all over, but it's nice graffiti.
The former listening station now has a private tenant. He's opened up the facility to graffiti artists. Many of them work here regularly.
The great thing is the surreal location. It's quiet with lots of other artists, and the art stays up for a long time.
The Teufelsberg dates back to the end of the Second World War. In 1945, the Allies piled rubble in West Berlin's Grunewald district into a gigantic mound. It became the Teufelsberg Hill. The US and Britain set up a listening station there in 1962. Who better to tell the story of the facility and Cold War politics than Chris McLaren? He was one of the 1,500 soldiers stationed here.
There was a large structure here that had antennas, everything from very small to very, very large. The signals would be taken up here. They were moved down into the recorders. The important signals would be recorded. Transcripts would be made, and then my team would get the transcripts, and then we would find out who is that, what are they doing.
This was once McLaren's workplace. He spent his time here intercepting communications from the east. Often it was like trying to piece together a puzzle to get the big picture.
We overhear a radio message. They are ordering 3,000 breakfast rolls for the next 4 days. What does it tell us? How many breakfast rolls does a soldier eat on maneuver? Maybe 3? If that's the case, then that would mean this unit is about 1,000 people.
McLaren believes the work by intelligence services in both the East and West helped prevent a Third World War.
I think the biggest problems would have been surprise, panic, and military overreaction. They were listening, and we were listening. No surprise, no panic, no military overreaction. And here we are. So it worked well.
The former military facility has attracted attention from all over the world. It was even featured as a travel tip in the New York Times. For visitors and artists alike, the site represents freedom. The Berlin-based arts group Lichtpiraten presented this installation in one of the domes. The panoramic view of Berlin is also a hit with visitors. Some people come here to get away from the urban hustle and bustle. Companies even bring their employees here for team-building activities. It's a new lease on life for the site, which has lain in ruins since the early 1990s. Tour guide Martin Schaffert has developed his own vision for the Teufelsberg.
To allow artists to use the buildings and set up workshops here. To allow smaller startups, which might be on the lookout for a space to set up here cheaply. It's really important that we have a museum here to portray the history, too.
There were plans to build luxury apartments on the site, but building permission expired. For now, the Teufelsberg will remain a ruin on the outskirts of the German capital, a place with a magic all its own.